folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims info and thoughts video. So I'm going to talk about Discover University for a bit, and then also consoles, and because I don't want to make a separate video speculating about a tiny icon, a bit of mod speculation as well. Hopefully it could end up being something really interesting. But starting off with Discover University, it seems like that it would be possible, very possible, that it'll be officially announced this week, maybe next week, but I was really hoping this week because it would be exactly a month before Discover University's leaked date from Target and now several other retailers. But sadly, we did not get a teaser today, because normally we do get a teaser, just a small teaser, usually a GIF, the day before the announcement is going to go live, but nope, it's well past that usual 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that we would get that, and nothing. No tweet at all. Sure, there is the fact that today is Columbus Day in the US, as well as Thanksgiving here in Canada, but last year they actually did tease Get Famous on Columbus Day and Thanksgiving. So that's not really much of a factor. What probably is a factor though is that Realm of Magic is coming out tomorrow on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so I'm doubtful that they would tweet a release on consoles and announce something on PC the same day. Maybe I could be wrong, because a teaser would be just a teaser and not the full announcement, but I am getting a bit doubtful that it would be announced on Tuesday still. But maybe it could be pushed back to being teased on Wednesday and announced on Thursday. Then there would be less overlap with Realm of Magic on consoles. I don't want to get my hopes up too high though, because if they wanted to really get rid of the overlap, then they would delay the announcement of Discover University until next week. I hope they don't wait until next week though, because University is consistently one of the most hyped packs for The Sims, so I think they should announce it earlier instead of later, though I guess the earlier window has already expired. But at least don't wait until super close to the release like with Island Living. Island Living makes sense as an exception though, because that was announced at EA Play, so the timing just so happened to be that way. But there's no such EA Play event that is going on right now, so it doesn't really make sense to leave it until almost the last minute this time again. A console release should hopefully not postpone a PC announcement by that much. One thing to keep in mind though is that with the expansion packs specifically, they are announced about a month in advance of their release date. With the stuff packs, they're announced usually a week in advance, and then with game packs, it's 2 weeks. Realm of Magic was an exception. It was announced 3 weeks. So that was another thing where I was like, oh, maybe this is the start of a trend where they start announcing packs earlier again. Nope, those hopes have been crushed. But I do think at the latest, we're gonna get the announcement next week, because if we don't, then I think the pack might be delayed. That or the Target leak was just flat out wrong in the first place. And if the Target leak was wrong, well then maybe Discover University might not be the final title, which I would be happy with, because I much prefer the on-campus name that surfaced in that survey that I talked about a few days ago. I would not mind if University was delayed, because especially considering how the packs this year have been received, it would be a nice PR move if they actually said, oh yeah, this was going to come out November 15th, you saw the leaks, but we want to focus on quality. They did delay Get Together by a month before, so it's not completely unheard of, even though it's unlikely to be delayed more than a month, because I'm sure EA would not want to miss those holiday sales. And I remember pretty clearly when Get Together was initially announced, it got so much backlash. It was probably the biggest controversy post-base game, but before my first pet stuff and toddler stuff were things. So I'm sure they would not want that same sort of backlash with University. It's University! It's one of the most hyped packs for The Sims, like I said earlier, so they really, really need to not mess this one up. If they do mess it up, then I think the backlash would be even worse than what Get Together got. But let's move on to the mod speculation. So, remember that video I did a few weeks ago where I said that maybe the modder Twisted Maxi was working on a Create a World tool for The Sims 4? Well, I've got another reason to think that this is the case. So today, I noticed that Twisted Maxi updated his picture on Twitter. And yeah, it is also worth noting that he has a sim just walking through an empty desert, which could also be a hint at a Create a World tool. But the icon, it looks like it is heavily indicating that he's working on Create a World, because now his icon is a globe with a hammer and a wrench on top of it. Definitely screams Create a World to me. I am wondering how far this will go though, because I still have my doubts it will be just like how it was in The Sims 3, because The Sims 4's worlds work so differently. It's not an open world, and each world is divided into different districts, and then there's also the map art that you gotta keep in mind whenever you just go into the map view. There is the possibility that it is a tool to just edit the existing worlds and sort of make your own world out of that. I think that would be far more doable. And there is even the footage that you saw earlier of the more intense traffic in the starter neighborhood of Willow Creek. Even that much would be nice. And I would say that Twisted Maxi's tool mod that's already been released for a while is a step in that direction. It seems like Maxis will never give us these tools themselves, so I guess it's up to modders, which really sucks. Modders should not have to do the work of EA. But here we are. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. When do you think University will be announced? And do you think Twisted Maxi is really making a Create a World mod? And be sure to subscribe if you want to keep up with my latest content from The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!